Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to make a very hard map. First off, we're doing a height map. Now a height map is used to do like for the lakes, hills, flatland, and all those stuff. So first off, you're going to open GIMP or Photoshop, but I don't know how to work with Photoshop, so yeah. I don't know what that is. I'm going to show you how to use it on GIMP. Now if you want to use it on Photoshop, you don't have to do... Okay, what is that for? Oh, okay, just a minute. That's annoying. Okay, first off you're going to do is, when you open GIMP or Photoshop, you're going to have to press File, then New, and do the width 513 and the height 513. Then you're going to go into Advanced Options, and where it says RGB color, change it to grayscale. You always need to do this, otherwise it won't work. So as you see here, it's like that. Okay, so first off you can use the bucket, and so the white is the highest, gray is middle, and black is the darkest. So now I'm going to do, first off I'm going to do the water. So when I've done the water, I'm going to do land. So let's say somewhere near the middle, like that. And I'm going to make the brush size bigger. And you can start drawing. And like islands, you can draw islands. Nice stuff like that. And it also depends on how big you want your map to be. So if you want your map to be big, try to do all the details like hills, lakes very small, because otherwise they will take up most of the room of the map, so that will be not very good. Alright, so as you see here, I'm just doing islands and stuff here. Let's see, another island here. Maybe an island here. Small one here. Okay, so those are my islands. Now I'm going to do more detail. So let's say we're going to put some hills. So I'm going to change the brush and do like a bumpy brush. I'm going to do like that. That's gonna be like some hills and all. These are actually very helpful, because instead of doing lots of dots, these are actually really helpful for hills, especially if we want to do really big hills. So we can put some here, maybe some here and here. And then I'm going to kind of, you only want to use this one, the blur or sharpen tool. It looks like that, and then put the right to the tops to make it so it actually really smudges better or blends. I don't know what to say. Yeah, something like that. See here, now also GIMP is a free program, and it doesn't cost much. I mean, it doesn't cost anything at all, but the Photoshop does cost money, but I recommend GIMP more because GIMP, you don't have to use any money, and it's easier to use. Well, for some users it'll be Photoshop, it's easier to use. Yeah. So now, as you can see, I'm just kind of like shading in this, blurring it to make it kind of like hell. Right here I'm doing lots of hills. I don't think I want my map to be too big. I'm not really a big fan of big maps because it takes forever for me to do them. Let's see, maybe we should take this and do even higher, so like a mountain almost. We're going to make the brush smaller. Yeah, like that. Maybe just like this, and then I'm thinking of doing a lake here. If you like my ideas, you can use them, but please don't actually copy the whole. Yeah, really did copy it because that will kind of make me, it kind of makes the idea kind of wasted for no reason. I'm going to make a little lake here. Again, I'm using the same brush because it's easy to use. Alright, so now I'm going to blur it. That looks nice. Now I'm going to want to use this one, copy the color right, that color, take the brush and maybe kind of make it a bit higher, like that, and make the brush size a bit higher, bigger. It became really big. No worries, doesn't matter. Then I'm kind of wanting to do lots of hills here. Don't worry if it goes onto your other hills because you can throw them together, so it makes kind of like a nice slope, I think. Okay, so that's it. So here's some simple stuff. Now I don't know where else I can put this. Let's see. Now I'm going to use the blur tool, blur them all in. See here. I'm really glad that they have the blur tool because it really makes everything easier. I think some people will be asking, for those who haven't made a Heightmap yet, they'll probably be asking if you can use paint. Now, I'm not sure if you can use paint. I may try to use it, but I don't think it will work because you can't change the color in grayscale. So you can't really make a Heightmap. Maybe you can do like a terrain mask, which will be on another part. For now, we're doing this. Yeah, so here's the map so far. It looks nice. It actually looks realistic. So now let's see. What should we use now? Maybe some hills. I can do maybe a little bit higher again. Kind of hills here. Put some hills here. I really like hills if you want to know. For some reason. Now we're just gonna have to make kind of like a hill here. Or like an island. I almost said Iceland. So now just a blur tool and blur them in. Make sure you blur them really well in, because otherwise it would be like just going up. That would be like a maze, especially this brush that I'm using. That I was using to paint most of the hills. We're just putting everything in here. I just go here and kind of make another hill. Be some here, here. On here. And then blur them in. I learned this technique for doing lots of these these like flat spots, because they actually really help. They make actually everything real quicker, especially if you want a realistic map when very small places with a flat kind of surface. Unless you're a fan of flat maps, then you can not use these. Okay, so that is blurred in right now. Let's see. So if you think you're done, if you have an old version, then you can use save or save as, but I can't because I have a newer version, so I use export. So if you have a newer version, click export, and then you can go to C, wherever you save your Fahrenheit file. Then go to the Fahrenheit file. Then you go, after you click on the Fahrenheit file, click media, then terrains, and save it here. Now, some people say you actually have to put terrain at the end, but that is not true. So you can say, let's say, tutorial. Okay, I don't know how to spell. And then you must have .png at the end. You must, otherwise it won't work. Then, I have to remember how I said tutorial. Then export and export again. Then when you're done that, you're wanting to go into your Feral Heart game. Right. So then you go into your Feral Heart game, click Tools, Map Maker, then delete the default terrain and leave the .png, and then mine was Tori. Then enter that, and here is your map. It looks pretty nice. It's hard to kind of see it. So if you want to water, you click ocean, and then here's your ocean thing. See here, it's like an ocean here. I'm just not quite sure why it's lagging very much. Maybe because I'm recording, or maybe it's really it's a really, let's say, I don't know how to say it, detail map, probably because it's really details or stuff like that. Yeah, I just fixed the height a little bit, to make it look nicer. You see some islands here. I quite like my map here. It's a nice map, a nice little map. I'm not sure if I'll be using it. Probably I'll add it to one of my posts on the Fahrenheit forum. It's called Frozen Angels, Heightmaps and Terrain Masks. So yeah. hope it really does help. So I'm gonna lift up the ocean height a little bit. No, still too small. I'm gonna try 100. Okay, so here it is. Nice little kind of thing that it's surrounded. I'm gonna make this bigger, about maybe 1 million. Let's see how high it is. Nice little map now. I like it. Let's try save again. There, it looks nice. Pretty nice. It looks nice. I like it. So yeah, this is my Heightmap tutorial. And see you later.